One Piece chapter 1076. Usually I will dock points for a color spread versus a cover story because I prefer cover stories, but oh my god, this chapter was so good. This is still an 11 out of 10 chapter, even with a color spread. Oh my god, let's go over it. 1074 and 1075 were pretty slow overall. This one is immediately action. So we have Zoro and Luffy debating whether to actually release Lucci and Kaku, because Zoro's like, you know they won't let us lock them up again, and Kaku's like, no guys, trust me, I will totally let you lock us up again. Isn't that right, Lucci? Obviously, Kaku's skills with persuasion are enough to convince Luffy to let him out, but before they can do that, S-Hawk comes in. We get to see his green blood devil fruit, which is the dice fruit used by Daz Bones, and it's really great to see this fruit again because I loved it, and I was sad to see it removed from the story so early at the end of Alabasta. Also, I do remember a YouTuber predicting this. I don't remember who, so I can't give them credit, but I love it when a YouTuber, no matter who it is in the community, gets a theory right, because it just is awesome to see. After they attack Vegapunk number 1, Shaka asks Lucci straight up, hey, why are you here? What's your mission exactly? Lucci, who Kaku points out is currently speaking to his target, is like, oh yeah, we are here to kill all 7 Vegapunks, and since the Straw Hats are here, I'm gonna kill them too, and Stussy because she backstabbed me, and I'm not letting that go. Kaku is currently losing his mind that he's telling that to his target, and is like, hey buddy, we kind of need them to let us out so we can survive. Can you, like, use your brain for, like, 2 minutes so that we can get out of here? I love how Lucci is just so brutally honest. See? Because he's brutal. Haha. Funny. The thumbnail has a pun, too. Then one of the 2 kings of disrespect in this chapter, Monkey D. Luffy himself, dropped such a cold line that I almost died laughing in the middle of my work break room. We hear Nami scream from the other side of the research lab, and Luffy decides, okay, time to stop screwing around. Shaka, give me the key. I'm letting Lucci out. Then he tells Lucci the craziest line, which is, hey Lucci, listen, I'm gonna let you out right now. You're not gonna attack me or my friends or the Vegapunks, right? Because, let's be real, you can't beat me. He just straight up says, looking him dead in the face, just matter-of-factly, not trying to be cocky or anything, just, hey, so you can't beat me here. Yeah, you can imagine the effect that had on Lucci. He is livid and losing it. He's like, okay, Straw Hat, I won't kill them or the Vegapunks, you're first, and then I'll wipe them out. But as he's yelling at him, Ursus shock. And then boom, the place explodes. Gear 4th, Bounce Man makes its epic return alongside Lucci's awakened leopard form. And they go in for a combo attack on S-Bear with a Kong gun and 6 King pistol. And it is magnificent. Chef's kiss, Oda. And then we cut to S-Hawk, who's on the receiving end of a Purgatory Onigiri from Zoro and a Tempest Kick White Thunder from Kaku. And I don't know if we've ever seen this attack before. If you know, let me know in the comments. Real quick, back to Bounce Man though. I love this because it's almost like it's a dig at Lucci. Like, hey buddy, just in case you turn on me mid-fight, I don't need to go into Gear 5th. I'm in Gear 4th and I'll still whoop you. And from here on out, every single page blew my little mind. Because if you thought everything that had just happened was insane, there's a lot more. We see that the Stella body of Dr. Vegapunk is locked up with CP 5, 7, and 8 somewhere in the research facility, and they haven't been getting fed. And this could be a clone, but why would Oda show us a clone that's locked up? I'm thinking the real Vegapunk that's out there may be a clone. But then, how would they known about Kuma? So, there's a lot to unpack here. And, of course, Oda doesn't show us nearly enough of that, but it's fine, because he makes up for it with telling us that 100 Navy battleships from G9 are on the way to Egghead. And that is not even the most important part of this chapter, because of what comes next. We're here, Elbaf, the land of the giants. A man in silhouette, drinking straight out of the bottle. A kid at the bar asks him, hey, can I join your crew on the next adventure? And of course the boss says, no, of course not. His crewmate comes running through and says, hey, boss, youngsters are causing chaos. What do you want to do? He gets up and says, hey, I guess it's time to depart. I got caught up with talking to my 2 old friends who I thought were dead. I guess it's time to leave. That boss is Big Boss, red-haired Shanks. I'm editing, and I just want to say I think it's a brilliant decision by Oda to parallel Chapter 1 so heavily on Shanks' reintroduction to the story, with a kid asking him if he could join him on his crew, and of course him telling the kid he isn't ready. beautiful. Ben Beckman points out that that youngster who's causing chaos has a reason to be angry, and Lucky Roo hints that Beck might be the reason, and that youngster is Eustace Captain Kidd, a man who took down Big Mama alongside Trafalgar D. Water Law, who is worth 3 billion bears. And yeah, you could say Kidd has a right to be mad, because y'all remember, he lost his arm and got that scar against the red-haired pirates. Shanks declares he's still going to set sail, but he will not let Elbaf turn into a war zone, and asks his 2 friends for help. Oh, and those 2 friends are Dory and Broggy. It's over. It's over. Oda is insane. Usopp is going to meet them. Also, Oimo and Kashi are there too, from Water 7? Or, I guess, Eni's Lobby? Yeah, they're there too. With the reintroduction of Dory and Broggy, it is now more likely than ever that the Straw Hats and the red-haired pirates will meet on Elbaf. Imagine Yasopp and Usopp dueling in front of Dory and Broggy, and Usopp somehow pulls out the win. And Dory and Broggy comment saying, yeah, you really have become a brave warrior of the sea like you intended. Well done, Usopp. Well done. We then get possibly one of the best island introduction panels of all time, with Shanks and his entire crew behind him, alongside Dory, Broggy, Oimo, and Kashi, chilling right behind them, walking. And he's like, hey, Rockstar, can you give Kid a message for me? And then shows why Shanks is the second king of disrespect in this chapter. Shanks gives Kid an ultimatum. You can leave your road poneglyphs behind and give up on finding the One Piece and being king of the pirates. Or you can fight me right here, right now. And I'm throwing the hat again. The last scene of the chapter is Killer and Kid talking. And Killer mentions that last time they weren't even worth seeing red-haired because they never saw him. He lost his arm before they could even get to the captain. This time, Shanks will definitely visit Kid. And Killer points out, Captain, you could die here. And of course, Kid, being cocky, says, oh, that's only if I lose though, right? And Oda, what have you done? Because I think Killer's right. Kid is going to die. With One Piece on break next week, you guys won't get a chapter review. However, I'm going to upload not once, but twice next week. One is an old video that I recorded a few weeks back, but never released because someone else had the same theory, but I want you guys to see my take. And 2 is a discussion on Shanks and his future in the story. So please look forward to those and stay tuned. On that somber note, if you liked what you saw here, go ahead and like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Last video, I got 3 comments, and it made my day. So I just want to talk about One Piece with people, so say hi in the comments, and I will definitely reply. But with that said and done, I've been your host, Lettuce Eating Walrus. Have a wonderful rest of your day.